Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are gonna see how we can optimize our test cases. Writing test cases is one thing, but making sure that your test cases are optimized so that it could be reused is very important. So what we are gonna do is, I'm gonna look at the form.test.js, the test case which we wrote in our last video. We are gonna optimize this test case so that in the previous test cases or in the future or whenever you are going to write your test cases, you can also take the cue from here that what are the places you should focus for optimization. So let's start. The first thing here is, if you will see, I am passing this mock data. So test title body 101, all this. And if you remember, when I was doing this test case, there was mistakes I was doing, that this test title was not matching this one. So these were the small mistakes I was doing. So what we can do, it's a very simple solution. What we can do is we can make all these value as constant. So what will happen, all this data would be at one place, and whenever we want to change this data, we have to do it at one place. Okay, so that's how we can do the optimization. So I will do here mock data, and then what we are going to write, const mock post data. I always prefer to write my constant in uppercase so that it is easy when we are using either in our code or test case that this is a constant. Also, I use underscore when I have multiple words so that it's very easy to read that mock post data. Okay. So now the first thing we are doing is title. So this is the one. I will copy this, put it here. Then we have this body. So let me just copy this from here, and the body. Then the next thing is, I think it's user ID, this one. And what is the value we are using? 101. Okay, perfect. Now we need to use this. So what we need to do, all we need to do is just come here, mock data dot title. Now I don't need to worry about uppercase, lowercase, whatever I'm going to pass here, that I will receive in promise.resolve, as well as I can also do the same here. Here it will be dot body, here it will be dot user ID, and I can change all these values also. So you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about all these things. In fact, what we can do is, now we can just get rid of all this hard-coded data, and we can just pass this like this. So you can see how we are able to optimize. And here also, where we are doing where we are doing test title, instead of this, what we can do is we can just get rid of this, and that's it. This is what we can do. So you can see your test cases are still passing, everything is good. The only change what we have done is we moved our mock data into constant so that it would be very easy to read. I will suggest you for the second test case, error state, please try to do the same changes here, and you can see the difference. Okay, now let's talk about the second optimization. So if you will see in our test cases, we are doing global fetch, we are mocking here, then we are doing here, as well as in our error state we are doing. Now all this global fetch mocking should happen whenever our test cases are running. It should happen at that time, and once our test cases are done, after that they should be removed. So we don't want that these should be keep passing. So what we can do is we can use two methods of in our test cases, which is before each and after each. Now before each and after each, they will run whenever our test cases are running. Before that, whatever we want to run, at that time they are gonna run. And after each, once the test cases are done running, then our after each will be executed. And in before each, after each, what we do, as the name says, whatever you want to run, or you want to set the mock values or anything before running the test cases, and then you want to restore everything, reset everything. Once your test cases are passed, you will do in after each. So what we are gonna do here for the optimization, the first thing we are gonna do is before each. And in this before each, we are gonna do the setting of our global fetch. So what we are gonna do is we are gonna use just spy on, and in this we are gonna say whenever there would be global fetch. Okay, this is what we are gonna do. And then we are gonna do after each, and in this what we are gonna do, we are gonna say just dot restore all mocks. Okay, these are the two changes we are gonna do. Now what would be the impact here? The impact here would be that we have our code will become the mocking which we have done, that would become very the basically we will be writing less code here. So here the global fetch just fn, so this just part we have already been taken care on the top before it. So now here instead of saying global fetch just fn all this, we can just get rid of this first thing, and here it will remain like this, everything will remain same. Now in our error state, again we are setting our just function, but we have already set that, so we don't need this. So now what we can do is we can directly do global fetch mock rejected value. And why so? Because in our before each we are already setting up everything, we are already doing this mocking. So let's see, and your all test cases are passing. So this is also one of the small change you can do. Now another thing I wanted to show you is in our post, this is not related to optimization, but this is one of the case I wanted to discuss, or scenario, that in our post success, what I was doing is once our post request is successful, then we were checking that the title which we have entered, it should be back in our UI. But you might be having the scenarios where on your post request nothing is coming back in your UI. All you need to do is the post request was successful or not. So in that case, you don't need to do this. If you will see, this is our assertion that expect global.fetch to have been called with this. So if this will be success, it means your post call was success, and you don't need to do all these two things, because this was not your requirement. But if you have the requirement that once your data has been posted and then one of the field will be go back in your UI, then you can do this 53 line number and 54 line number. Okay, I hope this video was helpful for you for the optimization, and I strongly believe once you have written the test cases and they are passing, please take 5 minutes, reflect back to your test case and see what are the opportunities where you can optimize. Moving your data to constant, looking for the repeating code, moving them to a reusable function would be a good thing. Okay, so thank you so much. You are supporting my content. We are now 800 I think 80 subscribers. I'm hoping that I can reach to 1000 subscribers soon. So thank you.